So, with recent spoilers coming out about Dragon Ball Super Broly, I just wanted to take a couple minutes of your time to talk about not only my opinions of the spoilers, but also get a chance to talk about y'all's opinions in the comment section below. So make sure to share them.
Hey YouTubers, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on these social media platforms. Enjoy the video.
That's right, guys. Today we're going to be talking about spoilers for Dragon Ball Super Broly and my general opinions about the spoilers and really what I've been doing with those recently. And I want to hear y'all's thoughts, opinions, stories about this in the comment section below, so make sure to share them. But first off, as I've said on this channel multiple times, I am not a huge, I don't fight spoilers very much, honestly. I feel like there is this need to go into every single situation with fresh eyes and not knowing what's going to happen and experiencing it for the first time as a fan or just as a person to really get your idea of what it is that you're seeing. And I understand that. I know exactly where it comes from, but if I can actually be completely 100% honest, I don't get it. Personally, part of me really likes spoilers because when I go into a movie or any television show or anything else like that, I know what I'm going to see and not like how it's going to play out or how it's going to look on screen or anything else like that, but I know what the story is. Then I'm not surprised. I can take it all in, not as a fan, but as a general observer for the very first time that I'm watching it. And there's no rose-colored glasses for that. I'm not swayed one way or the other, like, oh, I loved it, even though it wasn't very good. And I've seen this happen so many times in my life. Like, I've seen fanboys die over various things that are just not worth like even remotely defending. A really good example is my brother-in-law really loved Star Trek Into Darkness. I mean, I think he cried during that film a couple times, and I love the guy. I definitely love the guy, but it's like even him now, a couple years later, removed from that movie, is like, yeah, it wasn't very good. Like, swept up in the moment. Didn't know what was going to happen. Really enjoyed it. Felt like it was a great movie watching experience. And yeah, you always have that. But then once you kind of get a little bit removed of that situation, you're like, yeah, it just, wasn't really what I thought it was. And it's not what I wanted it to be. And it's not a movie that I'm going to watch with fondness in the future. So maybe if you had known what the movie was going to be, what the spoilers were going to be about, and all that other stuff, you could have watched it objectively the very first time and not just watched it with your rose-colored fan glasses. So yeah, I'm not a huge person on spoilers. I don't care about them. I don't really care about hearing anything about them. I don't really care about being completely fresh, new, and seeing original content for the very first time without knowing what's going to happen. But with all that being said, at least at the moment of recording this video, and I cannot say that I won't pique my interest one way or the other when it comes to the Broly movie, but I haven't gone out of my way to look at the Broly movie spoilers. In fact, while I know, and I have known, just because of the people I talk to, the people I know in this community, and just the news that I've always followed for a long time, it's hard not to know generally what's going to happen in this movie, especially some of the bigger things that they've been hinting at over the last couple months. But I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know which characters are going to be involved. I don't know any of that other stuff. I haven't actually watched those videos yet at the recording of this video. And it's not to say that I won't, because as I already said, I don't really care. But as I said in the last video I posted on this channel, the Broly movie, Dragon Ball in general, anime in general, it's just not really piquing my interest now on YouTube. And I think that's one of the reasons I haven't been posting a whole lot on this channel. But as I record here today, I have to say, as all things in general fandom, things come back, passions, emotions come back, and you start wanting to talk about things that you haven't really thought about in a couple weeks or a couple months or anything else like that. And that is what Dragon Ball, this channel, and everything is to me. I want to start talking about it, speculating about it, getting excited for Dragon Ball Super Broly with you guys again, because honestly, if at least in modern Dragon Ball days, I know a lot of people would said that like Dragon Ball Super isn't as good as Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball GT or whatever your fancy is when it comes to Dragon Ball content. But for me, Dragon Ball Super was the best Dragon Ball experience that I've ever had in my entire life. It's better than being a kid rushing home from school just to try to catch the latest episode of Dragon Ball Z. It's better than becoming a fan of the series and seeking out Dragon Ball. It's better than just basically going through Dragon Ball GT the first time or playing any of the games or anything else like that. And one of the reasons is because I have made friends in this community. I have literally grown a community for myself, people who subscribe just to watch my videos. And granted, there aren't very many of them right now, but I hope you can hear it in my voice. I am so excited now as we get closer and closer to the premiere of Dragon Ball Super Broly, to the future of Dragon Ball, and knowing that this series is going to come back and stronger and better than ever, speculating and talking about and theorizing about all the other stuff that they can do to really revamp this series and get it off to a really fantastic start, and all the directions they can go, whether they want to create new characters or reinvent old characters from the movies, or bring back awesome plot points that were ignored in Dragon Ball Super, like going back to Planet Zadala, or the 6 universes that were completely evaporated by Zeno, or maybe the Namekian Book of Legends, or any of that other stuff. It's just so unbelievably exciting as a fan of this franchise. And as I sit here and I look at the freaking thumbnail, and yes, this is what I do every single time. I look at the thumbnail that I create before I start talking about a video. As I sit here and look at that thumbnail, I get more and more excited not only to watch this movie, but also talk with you guys about it and make content about it and just generally be excited about Dragon Ball again. And that hasn't happened for weeks, and you are hearing it live. Literally, I am so pumped. I want to talk to my friends again. I want to speculate. I want to do all this other stuff. But when it comes to spoilers of this movie, I don't care. I might look them up before I watch this movie. In fact, I can almost guarantee that I will. I want to hear y'all's thoughts and opinions about whether or not you are going to look up spoilers, you're going to go into it fresh, or you don't care at all. Like, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think it makes for a better viewing experience? Do you think that it kind of takes away from the viewing experience if you know exactly what's going to happen? All that other stuff. Like I said, didn't share any spoilers in this video whatsoever. So maybe the thumbnail's a little bit misleading one way or the other, but the title will try its best to really detail what we're going to be talking about. So I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I have really missed this channel, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Now that I'm recording this video, I have to say that, like, just sitting here talking to you guys and really bringing all this stuff out, talking about Dragon Ball again, I love this franchise. I've talked about it day in and day out for multiple years now. It brings me back to my childhood, and I cannot wait to see this movie. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload, because while I might not be uploading every single day anymore, as soon as this movie comes out, as soon as the series comes back, in any way, shape, or form that is consistent, since, like, more so than it has been since March, on that day, I swear to everyone watching this video, I'll be back at it. I am not going to miss a single second of Dragon Ball in the near future, because I absolutely love this series. I love this community. I love the people watching and listening to these videos and want to hear the positivity, the speculations, the theories, and just everything else that I can possibly come up with this franchise. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. It's been real.